I must say I like both shows a lot, but you know, this is kind of why I'm doing this. Another aspect is characterization, and this is where Gotham, I think, does take an edge. Is why I love the characters of Gotham so much. That's why I can put up with a lot of it. Gord himself, I think, is a fun character. I like his idealism. I like his drive. He never lets anything kind of stop him, because everyone's, you know, it does get a little cliche because they're always saying like, you can't do that in Gotham. Like, you know, this is the way it is. But overall, it's like it's showing someone trying to break through the mold. Harvey Bullock is just amazing. It's the guy, you know, I can't forget his name off the top of my head. I love the guy too, Donald Logue. Sorry. He just plays the character so great, and you know, there is a bit of, you know, the characterization of him is like a slow build to him coming back from being kind of a lazy, corrupt cop to being a good guy, and it's working with Gordon that's making him do this. The Penguin is fantastic. The actor playing him is great, and just, you know, really giving this role, which, you know, sometimes again goes back to, you know, it's illogical at times, and I don't understand why they do things they do the way that sometimes, but you know, with him I almost always forgive it because I like watching him do his work as an actor. Fish Mooney too, Miss Smith, and I love her. You know, there's some criticism there. You know, she's really hammy. It's a comic book show. She's like, that character is supposed to be hammy. Like, I would like the character if she wasn't hammy. I don't know what they're doing with her. Like, if you've watched the show, you know, there's some, like, maybe not coming back for season 2. In the last episode I saw her in, if they ever left it like that, that would be kind of hilarious, actually. If you're a TV Tropes fan, you know, it's like a whatever happened to the mouse, you know, whatever happened to Fish. I would love that, actually. This is like one of those great mysteries of TV lore. But you know, regardless, I'm really digging these characters, and not to say Daredevil's bad at all. Like, a really great take on Matt. He is complex. You know, they made sure to, we kind of know, we think we know Karen, but if you're paying attention, you kind of realize we don't. Like, they've only scratched the surface on where she comes from. Foggy's actually, you know, he starts off pretty one-dimensional, and as it goes on, he has some layers, which I found fun. But again, like all these characters, as good as they are, and I can't forget to mention the Kingpin. This is one of the best takes on the Kingpin. Just what a way to give him an actual personality besides being a big brooding badass, you know, who's just a master gamesman. He's all that too, but he has more personality now, and it's fantastic. You know, spoiler: we don't get to see a lot of Ben Urich, and we won't. Which part of that pissed me off, that was taken care of so early, or that like his character was done away with so early. But you know, it is well done. But in terms of characters, I really like, just enjoy watching. You know, there's certain guys I just can't wait to see. Like Gotham, I think it edges it out for me than Daredevil did. Then you get into just let's talk about the mythos of the shows. Like I said, Daredevil is firmly in a universe now, Marvel Cinematic. It's going on a character that's been around a very, very long time. He's never been huge, but he's a well-known guy. He's had a movie, and they're fairly faithful. You know, it's not a direct line of anything, but you know, Elektra basically has been mentioned. You know, offhanded, the Greek girl you dated, and you know, Stick is there. I'm not even that familiar with Stick. I think it's a later addition to the Daredevil origin. I haven't done Reborn yet. That would have been ridiculous to try to do Reborn in the middle of the first season. I would hope that would be like a third season thing. But you know, you can see some possible C's being built up to it. So all those things that make Daredevil that we know from the comics are there. Gotham is, like I said, it's a different track, mainly because, you know, we're dealing with an aspect of Batman's life we don't know, dealing with an aspect of even Commissioner Gordon's life we don't know. So they have a lot of room to play, but they're also trying to cram in, you know, future things we know. Like I said, Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler. You know, we know who he's going to be, and throughout season 1, he is just he's a medical examiner who likes riddles and is kind of a weird dude. and they've been kind of slowly building it up, which is cool. I don't. It seems fast because they're pushing them way on this line that we know. If you think how Batman works, like all these characters really don't show up till Batman is there. So if he's still a kid right now and they're really going on their way to be the Riddler, the Penguin, who have you, it's playing with a timeline too much. And if you just in your head are thinking how typical of Batman work, it kind of screws you up. Penguin, same thing too. Penguin's a little more forgivable just because his storyline is so enjoyable. But even other characters like the Falcone family, like all the gangsters of Gotham, a lot of this is happening way sooner than I think it would have happened in a regular Batman story, because they're trying to crank this all out while Bruce is so young, and all the ages have changed. The Catwoman thing, just I can see that being a problem. I don't really have a problem with that one. Like, that's fine. He's buddies with Selena Kyle at this age. That could work, actually. That one doesn't bother me. Even just thinking about it logically with Penguin and Riddler, no Joker yet, by the way. There's been a couple of guys that they've already told essentially like are red herrings. You'll never know. Like, there was one kid at a circus that really is like, if you just watch it, it's like, that guy's gonna be the Joker. But then they're going to throw out like other people who could also do the same thing. But anyway, I said the Daredevil one makes sense, and it flows into an existing universe. Gotham is kind of a standalone. It's not going to tie into the dark. It's going to tie into Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice. It's not. I don't think it's going to tie into Arrow or Flash, or I think Arrow and Flash may coexist. But DC's not doing the connection thing. I think, which I think really hurts it. But and just knowing how Batman mythos works, some of it's just a little too soon. So I got to give it to Daredevil. It worked it in at the right time. Didn't rush anything, I don't think, at all. Like, it's being a nice slow build. So Daredevil wins that one again. Last thing, overall production values. I'd probably give it to Gotham. Daredevil's good, but there seems it's a bit shoestring-y. Maybe it's a Netflix thing. Gotham has a network budget. It's a little better production values on it. Not to say Daredevil looks bad at all. It doesn't. It's a pretty good looking show, but it's produced a little bit better. Talk about editing, pacing. This one's harder to judge because I'm watching Gotham week to week. Daredevil, I got to just sit there and watch basically in 3 days. So if I got impatient for something, I could watch it the next day. If I got impatient for something in Gotham, I had to wait. So that one's harder to judge. I think Gotham's paced a little better, and maybe just on certain things. I think it's also linked to the season 13 versus 22 episodes. So I call that a wash. So overall, I think Daredevil was the better done show, and my main issue is just Gotham is trying to be two shows at once. I think that's his biggest problem. And I probably would have enjoyed it more if I had not seen Daredevil now and saw, like, I think it's a better done, gritty crime drama. It doesn't get too far out of its box trying to do police and crime and rule of law stuff, and that's where Gotham gets too caught up in, but it doesn't have anything else to go to. Whereas Daredevil can, like, just cut to a scene of Daredevil kicking ass. Maybe that's why, I don't know. Or maybe it's just lazy writing, which I've heard. But the thing, I had never got that mad at Daredevil. Gotham has infuriated me. It is just, the stuff with the police is just so ridiculous sometimes. I'm just like, I can't take you seriously. I'm not even talking about, like, Balloon Man stuff, or like a guy who can, like, sew people back together with, like, random body parts. Whatever. That's TV. That's comic books. But it's more the police stuff. It's just more the unbelievability. That's the other thing. Is, like, the two shows both have corrupt police departments, and I think Daredevil went out of its way better to. You never felt totally out. You felt these guys were corrupt and they were doing bad things, but you saw them really trying to cover their ass a lot. Because if you're just flagrantly being corrupt, that's when the feds come in. And guys in Gotham don't seem to care. Like, gangsters just walk into the police station like they own it, which they do, and they're very flagrant about it, and no one does anything because apparently there's no federal anything in the world of Gotham. I don't know, but it bugs me. And I try not to get stuff like that, but that Gotham, that part just really bugs me too much. Whereas Daredevil, it never took me out of it that badly. So Gotham's about to wrap up. You know, they have another season. They have a long way to go. They could, you know, tighten some of that up. I like to see where some of their stories are going. But overall, right now, I think Daredevil did a better job of it. I'm looking way more forward to it at this moment. That's going to do it for the Salty Seaman. This is my first Versus. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a good one. Can't wait to watch both shows. No, I don't watch Arrow or Flash. I've heard of people say Arrow was a better, maybe a good something to compare against Daredevil, but I've not watched it, so I can't. So I'm going with the two shows I watch, and that's going to do it. There'll be some more videos like this come up. I got some more comic book stuff on here. I got stuff about mixed martial arts. I got stuff about Stephen King, Transformers, heavy metal, hard rock, do all that stuff. So let me know how you like it. Give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.